Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today is the weekly Star Wars recap for August 22nd, 2022. So yeah, last week I didn't do one, but this week I'm going to be doing one, talking about a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to jump into it, starting off with the new releases. But starting with stuff that came out the last 2 weeks, there's a few comics, Han Solo and Chewbacca issue 5, Bounty Hunters issue 26, and Star Wars issue 26. I didn't read any of those. There was the second issue of the Mandalorian comic adaptation, which I did read that, and kind of the same thoughts from the first one. It's a comic adaptation. I might do a full review of that, but so check that out, and if I do. But also a new novel came out, The Princess and the Scoundrel. I haven't read that yet though. But coming out this week is a few comics. Darth Vader issue 26, Dr. Aphra issue 23, which will both come out August 24th. And the start of Dark Horse's return to Star Wars comics with Hyperspace Stories issue 1, also on August 24th. So yeah, obviously the Dark Horse stuff now will be different than what they did beforehand. It'll be more what IDW comics have been doing the last few years. The all ages storytelling. So it's very different. So don't, it won't be like the Dark Horse comics when from the past, what everyone knows and loves. But yeah. Anyways, let's jump into the news. First, some tie-in material was announced for the upcoming video game Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which one of them was a new tie-in novel titled Jedi Battle Scars, which will be written by Sam Maggs and released on March 7th, 2023. There wasn't any major details about the novel, other than that it will follow Cal Kestis and the crew of the Mantis in between the events of Fallen Order and Survivor. So the story, seems like it'll kind of bridge the gap between the games, because I believe there's a 5-year gap between Fallen Order to Survivor. Obviously, I don't know, the novel probably won't showcase all 5 of those years. It'll probably just be a story set during that time. So yeah, but also announced was the Art of Jedi Survivor book, which has a release date of May 2nd, 2023. So, with these new tie-in material, kind of maybe gives us a hint to when the game will actually release, which I would assume will be sometime before May 2nd, which, going off of Fallen Order, the game, I believe, was released on Friday, November 15th, 2019, and the art book was released the next Tuesday on November 19th, 2019, and May 2nd, 2023 is a Tuesday, and the Friday right before that is April 28th, so maybe it could release then, but, I would assume it'll probably be sometime between March 7th and May 2nd, is when the game will actually release, but I have no clue. We'll just have to wait and see when they eventually do a, gameplay and release date reveal and whatnot. Anyways, moving on to the next story, it was announced that a behind-the-scenes documentary special will be released for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, titled Obi-Wan Kenobi, A Jedi's Return, which will release on September 8th, 2022 for the 2022 Disney Plus Day event thingy. There was a little trailer released, which has Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Deborah Chow, and whatnot, talking about the series and whatnot. So yeah, I enjoy the behind the scenes stuff, and that just seems like the normal stuff they've been doing for like the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett and whatnot. At least happy that they still are doing behind the scenes stuff for these Disney Plus series, because most of the time the behind the scenes stuff for the movies would come out with the home releases, and because they aren't doing any physical Blu-ray or DVD release of the shows, so I said they're at least making ones to release on Disney Plus. I don't know if there will be any other stuff on Disney Plus Day. I believe, like I said, September 8th. And D23 will be starting the day right after that. I believe the 10th there will be maybe a panel with some announcements from Lucasfilm. I don't know how much Star Wars stuff. I assume there'll be some Indiana Jones 5 stuff, which I'll probably talk about and make a video on that, because, I have made Indiana Jones videos before, but I don't know if we'll get any announcements or anything on Disney Plus Day. The one they did last year, we did get a little sizzle reel trailer for Obi-Wan then, but I have no clue. Once again, just have to wait and see. Till then, it's only like 2 weeks away. But anyways, finally, the last news story is about the November 2022 Star Wars comics, which there's a lot, currently said to release in November from Marvel and Dark Horse. So I'm just going to dive into it. Some of it includes the start of the Hidden Empire series and a new one-shot titled Revelations. So I'll start with those. Which Hidden Empire issue 1 will come out November 16th, 2022. Written by Charles Soule with art by Stephen Cummings, who did the art in the Crimson Reign series. But the description of that says, the mysterious syndicate Crimson Dawn and its leader Lady Qi'ra have become the galaxy's most wanted criminals. As Emperor Palpatine realizes the scope of Qi'ra's plans against him and moves to destroy her. But Qi'ra still has tricks up her sleeves, and with the help of the Knights of Ren and many other allies, she will not go down without a fight. And then Revelations, which will come out November 9th, 2022, and we were by Mark Guggenheim, and by Salvador Larroca, and Paco Medina, and more, which the description of that says, the can't miss Star Wars issue of the year. After War of the Bounty Hunters came Crimson Reign. Now, in the midst of Hidden Empire, Qi'ra has shaken the galactic landscape to its core. But what lies beyond for the rebellion, for the Empire? What role do the Bounty Hunters play? And what is happening to Dr. Aphra? Witness the next step in the legacy of heroes and scoundrels in the galaxy far, far away, as Mark Guggenheim is joined by a ragtag team of artists to bring you an explosive tale you won't soon forget. The path to the future of Star Wars starts here. So yeah, those comics are kind of the big ones for the post-Empire Strikes Back ongoings. At least that Revelations one-shot kind of seems like it'll be the one to push those series into its their next phases as they get closer to the events of Return of the Jedi. There was an article on StarWars.com about both of those. In it, the one for Revelations said that Vader will go back to the Eye of Webbish Bog, and I guess he'll see the past, present, and future. So I guess that'll kind of be what the issue will be about. So yeah, honestly, most of the one-shots, I was kind of being a little meh. Definitely trying to tell more than one story. There's at the end of 2019, there was the one-shot titled Empire Ascendant, which was released right before the current ongoings. It was kind of just as a tease for those series, and that one-shot was just kind of meh. So hopefully this one will be a little bit better. But there was a bunch of other comics from Marvel and Dark Horse, so I'm gonna jump into that, starting with the High Republic stuff, which there's the High Republic issue 2, which will come out November 9th, 2022, written by Cam Scott with art by Ario Inardito, and the description of that says, Death strikes on Jedha. A Jedi lies dead in an ancient shrine, another on the trail of the murderer. Who is using ancient force powers on the streets of the Holy City? And why are the sacred relics going missing? And why do all roads lead to the Temple of the Wills? And then there's the High Republic, The Blade, issue 1, which will come out November 2nd, 2022, written by Charles Soule with art by Marco Casiello. And the description of that says, hundreds of years before the Skywalker saga, witnessed the rise of a legend, the mighty Jedi Porter Engle, perhaps the most skilled lightsaber wielder in the High Republic. With his fellow Jedi Knight, Barahosh, he travels the galaxy, serving as a guardian of peace and justice. But even Porter Engle has enemies he cannot defeat. And then there's the High Republic Adventures issue 1. It said it's issue 1 of 8, so it seems like this High Republic Adventures series will end up being 8 issues in total. But it'll come out November 30th, 2022, written by Daniel Hazel-Older, with art by Tony Brito, which the description of that says, for young Padawan Sav Mulligan, joining the ranks of the noble Jedi Order has been all she's ever wanted. But a chance encounter with a crew of eccentric misfits makes her question everything she's taken for granted in her life. Trapped aboard the ship of infamous space pirate Maz Kanata, will Sav ever be able to rejoin the Jedi? And if she spends much long with Maz and her crew, will she even want to? So, definitely excited for the High Republic stuff. Seems like High Republic issue 2 be staying on Jedha. Interested to see the Temple of the Wills. The Blade definitely interested in that for the Jedi Knight Barahosh, because of the Barahosh vow or whatever it was. I believe, I forget when it was first mentioned. I think one of Soule's comics. Definitely seems like we'll learn the origins of it. So definitely interested there. In the Adventures series, so have Mulligan and Maz. Seems like that might also have a connection to Jedha, because in the Phase 1 Adventure series, when we see those two characters, they mention being in the Battle of Jedha, which is the upcoming Hyperbolic audio drama. So, yeah. But, anyways, there's more comics to get into, starting with a Hyperbolic adjacent one, which is Yoda, issue 1, which will come out November 23rd, 2022, with written by Cam Scott, with art by Nico Leon, which the description of that says, "All new adventures for the greatest Jedi of all time. To some, he was a legend. To others, he was a teacher. Now Yoda is all but forgotten, living in exile and haunted by the past. As a strangely familiar voice echoes through the swamps of Dagobah, Yoda must revisit the many lessons he has given over the years, from the days of the High Republic to the chaos of the Clone Wars. In the first of 3 story arcs, a desperate cry for help reaches the Jedi Council in Coruscant, and only Yoda can respond. But how far will he go to protect the community from attack?" So yeah, this first story arc written by Cam Scott will be set during the High Republic era. But let's jump into a bunch of the other comics. First, there's Star Wars issue 29, which will come out November 2nd, 2022, written by Charles Soule, art by Raymond Rosanis, which the description of that says, "The Rebel Alliance is in crisis. With their supply line in jeopardy due to unfulfilled promises from Crimson Dawn, General Leia Organa knows it is just a matter of time before the rebels run out of crucial supplies. Fortunately, Amilyn Holdo has a solution. A hunt for a vast hoard of fuel thought lost for centuries. It's time for a treasure hunt." And then Darth Vader issue 29, which will come out November 30th, 2022, written by Greg Pak, with art by Luke Ross, which the description of that says, "Techno Reunion. 3 decades ago, Anakin Skywalker slaughtered Wat Tambor, leader of the Techno Union, along with the rest of the Separatist leaders by the command of the Emperor. So who is the pirate Joel Tambor? What is he planning on Skako Minor? And what will the handmaiden, who now stands at Vader's side, do when it's her job to choose if Joel lives or dies? Also, which handmaiden is this? And will this new adventure fulfill Sabe's dream of derailing Vader's journey to the dark side, or simply complete it?" And then there's Bounty Hunters issue 28, which will come out November 2nd, 2022, written by Ethan Sachs, with art by Pedro Villanueva, and the description of that says, "Panic at the Acerration Disco. The bounty hunters are locked in a desperate attempt to escape the pull of a black hole. To make matters worse, the Pikes are out to kill them first. Meanwhile, what will Vance have to sacrifice to serve the Empire?" And then there's Dr. Aphra issue 26, which will come out November 16th, 2022, written by Alyssa Wong, with art by Mickey Young. And the description of that says, "Friends and enemies, Sana Starros and her allies have cornered the Spark Eternal. She's determined to bring Dr. Aphra back, no matter what it takes. But will it be enough? Or will it destroy Sana, Aphra, and everyone they love?" And then there's Han Solo and Chewbacca issue 7, which will come out November 16th, 2022, written by Mark Guggenheim, with art by Paul Fry. And the description of that says, "The return of Redacted. Outgunned and outnumbered, Chewie makes a daring escape from prison. Greedo is on the run, and you won't believe who's after him. Redacted is back, and boy, are they mad." Also, The Mandalorian comic adaptation issue 5 will come out on November 2nd, 2022, written by Rodney Barnes, with art by George Gianti. Also, from Dark Horse, Hyperspace Stories issue 3 will come out, written by Cecile Castiellucci. I probably butchered their name, I apologize. With art by Megan Huang, and it will come out November 9th, 2022. So yeah, that's it for all the comics. Probably most excited for the High Republic stuff. Also the Yoda series. Yoda is my favorite Star Wars character, so excited to get some more Yoda-centric comics. And definitely his own mini-series. And happy it's like going into the origins of Yoda. It's just, kind of like the Obi-Wan series that's going on right now. Him when he's after the Jedi have lost, after Order 66 in exile, thinking back to his past, which the first story will be set during High Republic era. I would assume the second and third stories will kind of be closer, or set, during the prequel trilogy. So yeah, but definitely excited for that. But anyways, that's going to be it for this week's weekly Star Wars recap. Next week I'll be back talking about something I have no clue, but or maybe I won't be. I don't know, but you can check out my reviews on Arbelix and everything else I do. But I've been Sarzu, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I fucked up this outro so bad.
Hiding for too long.
As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing.
What are you really doing?
This is what revolution looks like.